I'm sure she was just trying to help, but it ended up being the worst case scenario for those parents.
A warning for parents after an infant died of a Benadryl overdose. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Moms, daycare owners, and medical professionals are urging you to have a conversation with your babysitter about the over-the-counter drugs. An Ohio babysitter is accused of giving an infant an adult dose of Benadryl to put him to sleep.
That babysitter is now facing charges after the infant died. And a local pharmacist says it could have been easily prevented. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter, Nicole Johnson, shows us the dangers in drugs that may seem harmless.
People don't see it as potentially harmful.
There's something for every symptom, even ones labeled for children and infants.
There's no safe medications that's in the cabinet at home that you can give out to the child.
Every pill comes with side effects, something you should take seriously when leaving your kids home with someone else, according to pharmacist Denise Bartholomew.
Really, you should probably tell them that you shouldn't give them anything unless you're, contacting the mother.
Babysitters, a lot of them young, a lot of them inexperienced. They'll go with what they think they should do.
Daycare owner Hope Pullman has strict policies in place when it comes to any kind of medication.
If it's not prescribed by a doctor, we refuse to give medication to children. We even would prefer for the parent to come up and administer it themselves. That way we have nothing to do with it, because things can get it can escalate so quickly where the medicine can actually take an adverse effect and do more harm than good.
Special conditions, allergies, and other medications being used at the same time are all things to think about, on top of what's on the warning label.
There's no stupid question. There's pharmacies that are open all the time.
Bartholomew wants to prevent the worst case scenario, starting with a conversation with your daycare or babysitter. Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Bartholomew says recently some companies have changed the infant and children's versions of medication to the same dosage, a move to prevent overdoses.
We're just 10 days away from Moorhead's medical marijuana clinic set to open, and we're now learning that patients are seeing a benefit from the program if they can afford it. Now, this is according to a new survey. The Department of Health conducted the survey 3 months into the program, asking both patients and doctors if they think it works and what the negative effects are. Well, 90% said that they had mild to significant benefits. 73% found it unaffordable. One of the two statewide providers say the average monthly cost is $250, but can go as high as $1,000 a month. No insurance company will cover the cost because it's still illegal under the federal law.
I think it's going to take both federal and state legislation to make the insurance industry comfortable with this. They're not going to develop a policy on something that's federally illegal until we see some substantial changes.
In the survey, a dozen patients said that they were able to reduce their pain medication dosage when taking marijuana. 6 people specifically mentioned a decrease of opioid use.
One teenager is dead and 3 others are wounded after a shooting near a high school in Massachusetts this afternoon. 2 of those wounded were teenagers who suffered injuries that are not life-threatening. The other was a 67-year-old woman whose leg was grazed by a bullet. Students said the shooting occurred after a fire alarm was pulled.
The Minnesota Supreme Court heard arguments today in 2 cases that could change the way officers handle suspected DWIs. The question was over alcohol testing methods and whether suspects have the right to refuse. Current Minnesota law makes it illegal to refuse a breath, blood, or urine test for alcohol. Test results are so important to prosecutors in DWI cases that state law has made refusal to take a DWI test into a crime. That's equal to a drunk driving itself. Today's cases involve 2 men who were pulled over and refused to take a test, both of which were charged with first-degree test refusal. After today's session, the Minnesota Supreme Court will now consider whether the testing without a warrant violates a person's Fourth Amendment due process rights.
Summertime brings out the mosquitoes, and with that comes a fear of transmitting the West Nile virus. The North Dakota Department of Health says in 2013, 127 cases of the virus were reported in the state, and 2 of those cases were fatal. After one Lidgerwood, North Dakota woman was diagnosed with it, she and her husband want others to know more about the virus. Valley News Team's Giovanna Simic has more.
Can cause so much more damage. I got really super lucky, even though I was on the very brink of dying, they said.
3 years ago, Connie and Rick Whittier got the worst news of their lives when Connie was diagnosed with the West Nile virus. The couple say they believe the virus was transmitted from dead birds they found in their yard, a problem that seems to keep coming back.
The birds actually act like she did, you know, walking around, staggering, bumping into things. We've had them in the yard just fall dead in front of us.
The couple can't seem to get rid of the birds. Their neighbors have even found dead birds in their yards. So they reached out to the North Dakota Department of Health for answers.
West Nile virus is associated with an increase in dead birds. Birds can get West Nile virus. They obviously also can get a variety of other diseases, so it can be indicative of a lot of different things, which is why they track, just to make sure nothing is uncommon.
But the Department of Health doesn't test animals for the virus. I reached out to the North Dakota Game and Fish, and they told me they test animals if they die from any kind of obvious disease, which is why it is so important for you to report any dead animal you find to the health department.
Even if they don't end up testing, the report is helpful because it helps Fish and Game track at least how many dead birds are being seen and where they're being seen.
The couple wants to spread the message so no one else goes through the same scare.
Be cautious. Look for the symptoms, even though there's nothing they can do, you know, other than keep you on IVs, keep you hydrated, and keep that fever down.
Giovanna Simic, Valley News Live.
For more information on West Nile virus or how to report a problem to the health department, go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. And this story came to us through our Whistleblower Hotline. If you need help with an issue in your community, give us a call, 237-6576, and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth.
West Fargo's mighty proud of its new City Hall Police Department complex. City leaders were among those who greeted the public at today's open house. This building is about 30,000 square feet of space. The original City Hall, that was slightly more than just 200 square feet. Of course, that's when West Fargo's population was 11,000. Projections give the city growing to 46,000 people by 2025.
If you take a tour of especially the police department, you notice that there's still a lot of empty space, and that was done on purpose so that in the future that we can expand. And the chief has a lot of expansion room. The remodeling, we also have a lot more room for expansion. So I think we're good to go, supposedly, until a population of at least 45,000.
The estimated cost of the project was around $10 million, and according to the city administrator, was built without borrowing any money.
Fishing on the Red River has picked up over the past few weeks, but anglers need to remember this shared water with Minnesota has its own special fishing regulations. Doug Lear with the North Dakota Game and Fish Department mentions some to keep in mind.
We've talked a lot about the zebra mussel regulations, that you can't transport any water from the Red River. We've tried to make that point time and time again. But when it comes to the actual fishing itself, there's special regulations because it is a shared waterway with Minnesota for pike limits, for walleye limits, for catfish, and even for licensing. I mean, starting off with your license, you need to have a license from the state that you're from.
As Lear mentioned, walleye, catfish, and pike all have special limits. You can see their daily and possession limits right there on your screen.